So are we going to do the thing where we're halfway in the middle of a conversation when we're starting the show, since Risen isn't here, or...
Conveniently, as I immediately started when I hit when the live button went ding and went live. I don't know how words work.
I guess we are. Shit.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. God, why am I hosting this again? It went so good last time. This is the NXT Lucha Underground Smackdown after show, otherwise known as
the MidWeek War.
So this is going to be an interesting week because this is kind of a mixed bag. Let's run through all the guests here this week. Mike, how are you? Mad Mike, how are you?
Hi, Eamon. I'm doing fantastic.
This is already going amazingly. And that's it. It's just me and Mike this week.
You'd think you'd want some commentating experience under your belt or something. I don't know.
But at least it's a convenient week for there only to be two guests, since there was technically two real shows this week and kind of a clip show-esque, like, different kind of show for another show, but we'll get into that in a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we can start off with SmackDown, and Mike, SmackDown just wrapped up.
Yes, it did.
2 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is your one word?
My one word for SmackDown is clap.
Oh, brother. I want to hear this, but let's get into it. What is your one good thing for SmackDown this week?
My good thing is shockingly the New Day.
No,
honestly, there was a match with New Day versus Kid and Cesaro, which, of course, always going to be a good match. That's just going to be a fun match,
Whatever people want to say about the New Day, I like them as wrestlers.
Yes.
I think they're great wrestlers. Yeah.
But I think it's very odd because Kid and Cesaro have been portrayed as heels almost their entire run so far.
Right.
And New Day's been portrayed as faces. Yet this match, they were flipped. And New Day cut a heel promo beforehand. Like, Big E flat out came out and said, "You're supposed to like us." Like, it was actually really great. Like,
so he's basically like Vince McMahon infiltrated his body and was
no, it was fantastic. It was really, really good. And even on the Kofi Kingston boom drop, he did boom boom and he screamed New Day. The crowd scream sucks as he hits the boom drop. I'm telling you, they went from kind of teasing a heel turn on Raw to full tilt boogie. It was very good.
They've been doing it's interesting to me because in WWE they've been doing a lot of except for with Roman Reigns obviously, but they've been doing a lot of like insert this character as a deal, and then basically backtrack and say like you're supposed to like us or you're supposed to think we're cool or good or whatever. Like that's happened with the New Day. It's happened with the Ascension. Like it's a thing they kind of do a lot, and that's kind of telling, I think. But
but Big E's good enough on the mic where he can actually drive that because he was the one driving the promo.
No, I think Big E and all that are great. And I hopefully this turn will, at least do something. It's interesting though to me because it's just the concept of they're getting heat in a sense because the crowd doesn't like their gimmick or doesn't, basically thinks that their whole shtick is terrible instead of like being like a good heel and like getting heat. Like they're just sort of taking it and like I think it'll work in the end of the day, but in the end of the New Day.
Yeah, I was gonna say at the end of the New Day, Eamon.
Yeah, I just find it kind of interesting.
Honestly, it was a good promo though. Like that whole segment was just very good.
Awesome. So if you could pick a bad thing for this week's SmackDown, what would be your bad?
Oh, can I ever? Eric Rowan.
Oh, poor guy, though.
I know, and I feel so bad for him. They did a promo package for Eric Rowan before his match with Bray Wyatt.
Really?
Yeah, like a new promo package with new material and stuff, and yeah, still jobbed. Like, I mean, it was a longer match, but I, I don't know. I want them to do something with him.
They
I don't get it. I
it,
don't get it.
they never basically it's probably been said before on the show, but they never should have broken up the Wyatt family.
Oh no, and they never should have let Wiz Khalifa run with John Cena. But
Never.
they do both those things, Eamon.
Yeah, sadly. Now we have to listen to negative pop that Eric Rowan gets during his entrances. And it's sad. But yeah, so what is the one thing you would change about this week's SmackDown?
I mean, the one thing I would change, I won't. I'll give another thing, but I would have given Rowan a surprise win. I would have done that because it's not gonna hurt Bray Wyatt. He just lost to the Undertaker.
But he's the new face of fear or whatever.
Sure. But let's see. Another thing I'd change. God, we need to get rid of Cameron. I'm surprised Cameron was a referee tonight, considering she doesn't know how pinfalls work. I understand she's employed.
Now I really want her to like say like Natalia's like choking Alicia Fox on like the second rope or whatever, and her just to count to 3 and tell them to ring the bell.
See, I'd be okay with that.
I love the concept of a referee that just doesn't know how wrestling works.
Yeah, if she was purposely, or if she was the referee, but literally not paying attention to the entire match. Like if she was over in the corner, like doing her nails or looking in the mirror or whatever. That would be great. That would actually be character development. Because, of course, you would want the other two to beat the shit out of each other the whole match. But, I don't know.
Also,
why isn't Summer Rae in this role? Summer Rae's a little bit better.
Well, Summer Rae's got to promote the Marine now.
Yeah, she's the Marine forward, damn it. Yeah, but SmackDown, as far as should you watch it, watch up to the end of the New Day Kid and Cesaro match.
So, like, first hour?
Yeah, pretty much.
Or first, like, half hour, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do we want to go into stick it to the WWE rounds, or
let's. Yeah, actually, because we're both going to talk about Lucha, so I'll do NXT. One word for NXT. Underwhelming.
For those that don't know, this week's NXT was not an actual event of really sort. It was basically recapping everything that happened WrestleMania weekend. Mm-hmm. There was a couple matches, but most of it was like promo packages, stuff like that. Which, I mean, hey, I get it, and I guess it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. My good thing for NXT was that we brought back Adrenaline Rush, Adrenaline Rush, Adrenaline Rush, Adrenaline Rush.
Yeah, that was really random. I was like, are we in 2006? Holy shit.
So good. I love that song. I was so upset when TNA stopped using it. I was excited as shit when NXT used it this past week. I'm like, oh, good. These guys are getting their paycheck. I like
to go by the theory that Rhino has the rights to the theme because I think he was in that promo package. So he just takes her at it everywhere he goes.
Actually, Adrenaline Rush would be a good theme for Rhino.
Yeah, it works.
Just in general, like gore, 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 Adrenaline Rush, Adrenaline Rush. I could see that. He's like the proto Mojo Rawley. All right. My bad thing for NXT. I knew the results. Yeah. Actually, no. The bad thing is the missed opportunity that they had, because the Neville who did he face in the first round?
Who did he face in the first round?
Oh, Itami. Yeah, the Neville Itami match.
Was that the first round? Or
yeah, it was the first one they showed.
Yeah.
The Neville Itami match was very good. The Balor Breeze match was very good. The finals were very good. All of them were solid matches. But there was something I was expecting in the finals match that apparently did not happen WrestleMania weekend. I thought the match that they were showing me was the one where he hit the go to sleep.
Right. That's actually the San Jose show. He does it on Tyler Breeze, but yeah.
But
he teases it,
but they show him hitting the go to sleep in a video package.
But they do make a big deal out of it. To their credit.
I know, but the first time we see that on NXT should not be in the confines of a video package.
Well,
it shouldn't be.
I'm trying to think of the way they're doing this, because from the perspective of the San Jose show had cameras for like video package stuff, but it didn't have like a full production, like assumingly, because there was no like hard cam, there wasn't like, so these weren't matches that were being produced or whatever. I think their theory was that there was going to be more people at that NXT show in San Jose than there was going to be at Access.
Oh, well, I don't judge them for him breaking it out at the show.
Right.
No, that's fine. That's the biggest crowd you're drawing for NXT. I totally understand that. That makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
Don't show it on your program.
I guess, but
don't show it on your program. Like it can be a rumor circulating, and he can tease it in a whole bunch of matches. But the first time we see that should not be in like a Vine on a video package. It's not like RVD broke out the Van Terminator on a random Tuesday night in Palookaville, New York. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. I do think the big focus of them doing it, and the thing that kind of played up in the actual video package, was that it went viral.
Yes.
Everyone was tweeting about it and Instagramming video and all that stuff.
Yes.
They really kind of played that up. And I think the other thing is I think it's kind of selling the point of, if we do NXT more on the road, you need to go to these shows because anything can happen. I think for people that would be trepidatious, I guess, of going to an NXT house show, it's basically selling like, I say it's like the equivalent of when they do championship changes at house shows. Like, it's basically telling people, hey, you should go to these house shows because stuff could happen there. Like, it's not just matches for the sake of matches.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't know. I
see your point.
Yeah, it bothers me if they did that.
Yeah, I can understand that. I definitely see your point, but yeah,
Or at least say, and here's this, and next week you will see the match in its entirety.
Yeah.
Or something like that to at least show us how we got there, because him hitting one move, because technically that could have been any arena anywhere. I know they said it was in San Jose, but it's not like he's never done the GTS before.
Right.
You can find a bazillion YouTube clips of Kenta hitting the GTS.
Yeah. You can't find any of Hideo Itami though.
Yeah, and but I don't. It just bothered me a little bit, especially when they teased it so much in his match with Balor, like so much. Like the first time he should have hit the go to sleep is on an NXT show, like maybe against a Kevin Owens or a Sami Zayn or something.
Yeah. Although Breeze, I think, makes it look so much killer than
that's Tyler Breeze. He's the unevolved form of Dolph Ziggler. So.
Side note, and if I step on something you were gonna say, I apologize. But in turn with that, one of my best for this week's NXT is basically they follow Hideo Itami's like road to WrestleMania.
Damn it!
And seeing him like with his kids, which I don't think a lot of people even realize, like he's like a dad. Like that's like, you just kind of see Kenta as like the hard hitting fighter or whatever. But his kids like trying to give the GTS to each other and like messing with Tyler Breeze is the greatest thing, and it was awesome.
I was gonna say the one thing I would change, and technically it's from WrestleMania, if you're gonna do this whole big package on Hideo Itami, give him a bit more doing the Battle Royal.
That's true.
just a little bit more, or make him last a little bit longer so it doesn't look as awkward when Big Show just randomly chucks him out.
He did eliminate former NXT champion Bo Dallas. They made a point to show that.
he did. By the way, there was a point on the Miz TV segment tonight where Miz was trying to get Miz out to apologize, and Miz went, "All you have to do," and he paused, and I just instinctively screamed, "Is Bo leave?"
I missed Bo. What's happened to Bo Dallas? He came back with Sting that one time, and now he's nowhere.
He got stung, Eamon. He got stung.
I was about to say something. I find it also very weird that like I get that they're trying to show like this is like Backstage Pass or whatever, but it was an episode of NXT, and they are kind of doing like after the Battle Royal, like Big Show comes up to Hideo and thanks him and like says
that also seemed really weird to me.
I don't know if this is more of like Triple H's reality era or whatever, but like it was like you kind of broke kayfabe like right on your show. I don't know.
Well, I mean, they broke kayfabe all over the map on the little. I mean, it was a great package, but I don't know. All right, so let's get to the real big show of the week.
Oh, the biggest of the big shows.
No, he was on SmackDown. Technically NXT.
Technically. Lucha Underground for this week. I guess we'll both do our stuff each.
Yes.
Sure. So my one word for Lucha Underground this week.
Your una palabra.
My una palabra. I forgot it's been Spanish. Would be the storytelling. Or it's just storytelling, not the storytelling. You get my point.
Yeah.
How about you?
All right. Mi una palabra es trios. I'm gonna say it again. I love this trio stuff. I love it.
Do you want to go into your good for this or your bueno for this week?
Sure. Mi bueno es I love the main event. Like the main event, I was expecting Cage to be a part of that, but I wasn't expecting Tejano.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Like, I appreciated that because Tejano's almost been kind of his own little microcosm.
He's been in his own thing with Del Rio.
Yeah, like he's been in his own world, but now he's interacting with everyone else in Lucha Underground. So I really liked the whole dichotomy of that whole deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
How about your bueno?
My bueno for this week, and there is a lot of good matches on this show, including the main event. The opening trios match is very like high paced and high flying. But my favorite match for this week was the Lucha de Apuesta, the mask versus mask between Sexy Star and Superfly, because it's pretty much is everything I love about Lucha Underground, kind of like put together in one match.
Yeah.
I think that I think integral to this. I will say another like kind of side note with that. Matt Striker and Vampiro are really good this episode.
Yes.
They are.
They slip a little during the Evilise stuff,
no,
but that's always their slipping point.
But inadvertently, they were really great during the match. Vampiro just putting over the storyline of the whole idea of any kind of mask match is usually in Lucha Libre done from a feud that's like years long, blood rivalry, and Dario Cueto basically just organized this because he doesn't appreciate the tradition of Lucha Libre, and he just likes to fuck with people pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And then putting over like the aspects of like he brought up like the whole concept that like Sexy Star mentioned that her mask is and the respect and the tradition behind it is one of the reasons like she decided to not commit suicide, which is something that's brought up in the first ever episode of the show. Like that's amazing. Like if Byron Saxton brought that up on SmackDown, Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler would be reaming him for how much of a nerd he is. It's like that's amazing. And the other thing that I think I just love about it is people talk a lot, especially in these days, about whole, progressive wrestling and equality. And I feel like this was a case of why Lucha Underground is doing it right. There really wasn't I don't think there was a single mention of the fact that Sexy Star is of a different gender than Superfly because it doesn't matter.
Right. The only thing that and I agree with you on all of those.
Mm-hmm.
It's Superfly.
Yeah,
he's been a jobber the entire time in Lucha.
But even like the Lucha Underground, because I've heard that a lot. Like even like the Lucha Underground jobbers have their place, and they still get in a lot more than like regular job. I feel like Superfly is still above like a Ricky Mandel or like a Famous B, but
well, yeah, that's because. Well, technically they're on the same list now because they've all gotten their big breaks from Pentagon. So
that's true. But even like that's the thing I love is that you could take that whole storyline, take that match, everything going into it, and replace Sexy Star with a male wrestler, or replace Superfly with a female wrestler, and it wouldn't change anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just two people who are friendly and have respect for each other being forced into this situation that would cost the other his mask.
Yeah.
And it's so good. And like it's not like the super flashy match, but it's one of my favorites just because of the storytelling in it.
I totally thought Sexy was going to lose her mask.
Mm.
I absolutely thought that. I thought it was going to be some kind of bullshit finish or something to do with Pentagon. I really thought. Because, I mean, it is still business if you can take advantage of showing a woman's face if she's,
right.
Sex sells. I mean, I hate to say it like that. And I'm glad she didn't. I'm glad she won.
Yeah.
Because I do. Sexy Star is one of my favorite characters in wrestling right now. But I really thought they were going to have kind of a miscue and have her lose her mask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I was a little concerned about that.
But no, I thought it was perfect, and it's one of the reasons I'm very much into Lucha Underground.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your Milo for this week? Yeah, that's Milo.
Yeah, Mimalo, poor Phoenix.
Yeah.
He did not deserve to be the sixth wheel in that opening match.
That's true. I think
like you could have had, I don't know, like you could have just had another luchador come in or someone.
I was thinking maybe the closest I would think would be like Argenis, who we haven't seen in a little while.
Yeah, I think that's what I was trying to think of. But Phoenix is so much better than being on a team of two guys in a blood feud for a best of 5 against 3 people who kind of, sort of, but don't want to fuck each other. Like
the best way to describe the Son of Havoc Ivelisse.
Well, no, because I mean Ivelisse kinda. No, I mean like Angelica kinda, Ivelisse no, Son of Havoc, whatever. Like it was very. Phoenix didn't deserve that spot. I understand why he was there.
Because he's been in such top storylines, like he's challenged for the title, he's had the match with Mil. Like I feel like
it's almost like since Mil Muertes has been gone. Like where was Katrina?
That's a good point. Yeah.
Like that's what I mean. Like they're usually very, very good at keeping the flow of everything. And I didn't recognize Phoenix for a second. I didn't recognize him. Granted, I was drunk. It was my birthday. But still, like. Phoenix matches, I love Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
He had probably my favorite match on Lucha Underground so far with the Grave Consequences.
Right.
But here he just felt like the little sprig of parsley in your entree. You know what I mean?
I think that's also just the case of those multi-man matches.
Mm-hmm.
And because like Drago and Aerostar had their story, and then the other team had theirs.
You could have even brought back like who was the guy in the beginning, the feud of Chavo?
You talking Blue Demon?
Yes, Blue Demon. He would have been perfect.
I just feel like in that case you have someone who's more like legendary, like heavyweight sort of guy against these two like fast luchadors. Like I feel like that would be the only like kind of weird part to it. But I see what you're saying. There's other stuff they could have done.
Mm-hmm. Especially if they're taking the loss too.
Yeah.
Like, Phoenix comes off the huge win against Muertes only to get a trios loss from Son of Havoc essentially winning the match by himself.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, but I mean, again, with Lucha Underground, the complaints are very small.
They are very small.
They're very small. What about your Mallow?
Because like you mentioned, they are very small. I went it through to a kayfabe perspective of my Mallow. Pentagon Jr. is a son of a bitch.
He really is.
Because it was actually really well done. Because I think Stryker like has a line after Superfly Unmasked about how this could either be the kickstart of his career or it could be the end of it. Because it doesn't necessarily mean he's over because he unmasked. Like he just can
like
continue.
Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, he'll just continue as an unmasked wrestler. And then Pentagon Jr. Yeah, and then Pentagon Jr. comes in and just breaks his arm. And he's done. And it's like, oh.
All right, Eamon, before we get into our change, I have a question about Lucha Underground. I don't think we've explored this. If you could pick anyone in the pantheon of wrestling that isn't WWE to be Pentagon's master, who would it be?
Oh God, that's a good question. Current WWE is what you're saying.
Well, no, just anyone like that's been in the bigs, because I'm sure it's going to be someone that's notable.
Top level.
Yeah, it's going to be a notable person.
That's interesting. I feel like it has to be someone with semi-Japanese influence, based off of just how much they've played up Pentagon. So somebody in that realm, the closest I can think of is like a Tajiri, just because that would make sense of him being like since he was a very vicious heel.
That'd be really cool.
You know what I mean? Like he's very much hard hitting and.
I hadn't even considered the Japanese aspect of it. I was thinking Rey.
That's the other one.
Because heel Rey Mysterio, something that has not been done. Unless you count the filthy animals.
Unless like comedy, like.
Well, no, I mean you count the filthy animals because they were heels, but even Rey was like tentative to be part of that back then. But if you have Rey Mysterio come in like the same fanfare that Patron got,
right,
and have him come in, have him like sit in on commentary with Stryker and Vampiro, he can talk about, oh, it's great to be in Lucha Underground. Then he like kicks Sexy Star in the head.
Yeah.
Or, like does a 619 where she's like trying to get up or something like that, and Pentagon wins a match against her. Oh, the deliciousness.
Maybe it would also be maybe it could be Chavo as well, because Chavo's been out for a little while, and him and Pentagon had a slight relationship at one point. Like I feel maybe you can go that way. I'm trying to think because
how about Chavo Classic
or Chavo Classic, where there's not a lot of Lucha Underground as far as like luchador like Mexican style talent. Besides Rey is the only one that's kind of left that they haven't really picked up yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I'm interested to see either way. And they've already, the best part I know is I know Lucha Underground already knows who the master is.
Oh yeah.
Because they plan.
Yeah, like that's the good thing about Lucha Underground. They know where they're going with stuff.
Yeah, you can tell, and it never feels like they're just like doing stuff just to do it. Like
part of me thinks it also might be that guy that kidnapped Black Lotus.
That could be it.
That was the other, like a more rational answer than Rey Mysterio, obviously. Because if you're gonna bring in Rey Mysterio, it's not gonna be a vicious heel in a mid-card feud. That's not gonna be how you bring in Rey Mysterio. You're gonna book him against El Patron. Literally right away.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Because
you kind of have to.
You kind of have to. It's like when they brought him in, they had to put him against Tejano right away. But I think the guy who kidnapped Black Viper would be good. Definitely. And they'd be like a good mini 3-person stable.
Definitely. Okay, so going into what would you change? I forgot what the cambio. Your cambio for this week.
Well, I mean, I kind of alluded to it. I would change out Phoenix from that match. Hell, put in Pimpinella.
Pimpinella would be. Pimpinalla's, I'm missing him.
Pimpinella or
him in Masquerita.
Yeah, Masquerita would be fantastic. Where's Masquerita been? I miss Masquerita.
Because they were taken out by the crew, so I'm assuming.
Yeah, but the crew's not that strong. It's not like they burned a cigar hole in his mask.
That's true.
They just beat him up.
Yeah, I do wish, hopefully, that they will come back eventually. My change for this week, kind of also plays into that. And it goes into somebody who also could be in my opinion, could be a third in that trio. Where's El Mariachi Loco? I miss El Mariachi Loco so much.
Eamon, I'm not sure if you've noticed they've been changing their bands. He's playing for tips. He's trying to be a roadie for each new band that comes in. I mean, that's the road life, man. That's the road life of a band.
Yeah, I just want a story for El Mariachi Loco beyond Dario Brenneman because of the Mexican restaurant he goes to. But
It'd
yeah,
be great if one day he was like a popcorn vendor at the temple and someone just fucked with him.
I mean, I want more for El Mariachi Loco. That's my only thing. But going back to what we mentioned, like, it's very hard to pick out things.
Yeah.
That are bad about this show, because Lucha Underground is pretty goddamn amazing. So yeah, as far as I guess we can pick the winner for this week is
Lucha. Yeah,
it's Lucha.
I mean, there wasn't much competition this week.
I would contend though, even if they had like a regular episode of NXT, Lucha would probably have a good chance of winning stuff.
I'll say this: if that NXT that we saw aired on Friday when it was live and we didn't know who won, that might have won because they were 3 really good matches.
Yeah.
3 really good matches. Like, definitely go watch NXT.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely go watch it just for the matches. And watch the Tommy Road to WrestleMania. It was really good, and you actually got to see the entrances of the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, which we didn't get to see on the pre-show because Lita was talking about my questions.
God. But yeah, that is the midweek war for this week. To check out all the other stuff we're doing on the Sorgatron Media gamut of shows, you can go to live.sorgatronmedia.com to watch us every Tuesday for various different shows starting around 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central. Tons of really fun stuff that we're doing. We're doing stuff like the Midweek Wars. We're doing watch parties. We're doing after shows.
And I've heard a rumor that the wrestling game show is coming back soon. I've heard a rumor about this. I've heard from our champion that he may be issuing a John Cena-like open challenge. I don't know. Strictly rumor and speculations, from the dirt sheets.
We'll see if we can get Stardust on that show and to accept. Like I said, live.sorgatronmedia.com. Donate to us on Patreon. By donating to us, you help us keep doing these things.
And also, if you donate to us, you can basically tell us what to do. I mean,
basically,
every time we introduce Bo Diggity, we have to woo at the end of it. That's because he told us to. Like, that's a thing. We don't want to do it.
Keep it.
It's long, but
I was going to say, if you're going to, make sure you keep it into something physically tangible that we are able to do, but we'll do our best to do it.
Eamon, that is a very low bar to set.
Also go to our store, ProWrestlingTees.com, where you can find T-shirts and merchandise to support us there as well. So for Mad Mike, I am Eamon Payton. Mad Mike 4883 on Twitter, Eamon 2 please on the Twitter. And we'll see you guys next time.